Good day to everyone. We are going to talk about the ornamental crops, which seems to have a little relevance between basic goods but play an important role in the world economy. We have an opportunity to do an interview with the agronomist Roger Velásquez. Today he is working on a cut flower plantation business in Guatemala, called Plantaciones Daniela. The engineer will talk about the lily crops that are having a success in the market of flowers, and he will answer questions about the research that I made about the topic before the interview. Well, to begin with the first questions, and it which says, what are the best type of flowers to grow in the greenhouse, and which ones have in your company?
Hi Kevin, how are you? My name is Roger and I'm working in Plantaciones Daniel Farm. Um, I'm glad to hear about you. I wanted to talk about your questions today. So let's do this. In our farm, we are working with three types of cultivar. It depends of the control conditions you want. You can use greenhouses when you want to control all of the environmental conditions. Actually, we have some cultivars like lilies, carnations, and gerberas under greenhouse. Um, it is because we have to provide a stable greenhouse climate under highly fluctuating conditions: temperature, air circulation, ventilation, and light. All of these factors have to be controlled very accurately because we have to make sure for our products at the end of the harvest. So we have to work hard on all of them conditions you want.
The second question is, some people prefer the greenhouse flowers. Which are the difference with a plant grow under the greenhouse against plant grow in the free field?
I know a lot of people prefer to use a greenhouse. Basically, you prefer use a greenhouse because you can control all of conditions. You can develop the crop and promote a very good harvest. You have to take in your mind for technical criteria that there are so many points to consider. Include temperature, stage of the crop, time of the year you want to grow in. You can control relativity, humidity, and type of system irrigation. Um, Light is a factor very important in the growth and development of the lily. The location of the cultivation site and the light emitted by the greenhouse and the cultivars need for light. It may be desirable or even necessary to use a simulation lighting. That's why you need to use a greenhouse of very good qualities. Right? So when you don't have a greenhouse, you are gonna have so many problems. You can control some disease. You can control fungal disease. You can control the irrigation system. You can control the light, the temperature, the humidity, and your crop. It's not gonna be a very good quality. Um, you can have a lot of problems. So if you have an opportunity to use a greenhouse, uh, use it. Yeah.
If we can know, the third question is, for your business, what are the varieties or type of flower most wanted to your customers and why?
Okay, I got it. Plantaciones Daniela offer to their customers the best quality of lilies. They are always looking for the most quantity of flowers. The length of the stems are very important, and the best color in our plants. Our top of best varieties are in color white we have Crystal Blanca and Nova Sembla. In pink we have Starfighter and Curie. In yellow we have a variety called Conquador. Basically, there are our best varieties into the farm.
The next question is very important to me because it's a possible thesis project in Zamorano. And the question says, could be efficient the massive production of cut flowers like the lilies under the tissue culture technique, or will not be acceptable to the nature of the plant?
No, it's not possible. The breeding of the lilies through tissue technique. Uh, it is impossible, I guess. If you want a very good crop, you can use it. You can use that method. So it is because you can get reproductive spots. So if you want to have a massive production of lilies, you have to use the long way to get it. Uh, there is no way to get some plants from the tissue technique.
Every crop needs many parameters to grow. Which are the most important management to your crop and how you develop that management in your work area?
The lilies cultivation has some specific management. For our technical area, we have to develop some plants since the beginning of the crop. We have to work in the growing, we have to work in the irrigation system, spraying system. We have to supply all the requirements the lilies need throughout to the crop. Our fertilization plan and our spraying system are of the most important factors to get a good crop. Yeah.
Do you use a special production method with your plants and how does it work, like biological control or organic plants?
Okay. So every crop needs a special method of production. We used to do the same technical management in our plants every season, and we have to give the best condition to the lilies. The greenhouse in good conditions, and our bulbs have to be the best quality. The storage room has to work how we want, um, and the process is long, very, very long. So we have been trying to get some experience in lilies cultivation, and it needs a lot of attention to avoid problems. My job is control the irrigation system and disease control the plants.
The ornamental crops like lilies, gerberas, and carnations are very delicate because what sells in the market is the aesthetic. And my question is, the management of that type of crops would be feasible to do with organic agriculture or be at high risks for high investment in plants?
Oh, okay. Yes, it would. But how you said, it could be a high risk for the high investment in the imports of bulbs from Netherlands. So that's why we don't take the risk using biological controls and organic spraying for the disease control. We have been using the conventional agriculture and we have gotten very good results. So we don't have the necessity to use organic agriculture.
Every farm have a problems, and I want to know what are the problem, the most important problem with having your crop, and what is the way to control this.
Okay, problems a lot. Some of them. One of them is botrytis. We have to prevent it. Flower bud crop, um, late flower bud desiccation, lack of iron, and top flower. For botrytis, we have to spray every week to control this disease with specific fungicides. For flower bud crop, because it needs assimilation lighting during the day, like 14 to 16 hours of light per day to promote photosynthesis. Um, our late flower bud desiccation, it happens because the irrigation system it's not uniform, so you need to fix it. The lack of iron, we have to supply all of requirements of fertilizer with iron through spraying foliage if you can. Um, Top flowering, we have to be careful with the selection of our varieties.
And finally, question, but not the least, which are the best parameters for your greenhouse production like temperature, soil, pH, relative humidity, and what do you do to get it in your business?
The range of parameters that we have are temperature 14 to 25 degrees, soil, lily's crop need loam soil. It improves air permeability and provides sufficient moisture permeability, oxygen, and nutrients. pH. For growing lilies, it recommended a pH 6 to 7. And relative humidity. Relative humidity in the greenhouse should be kept at 70 to 80%. But be careful, lilies are sensitive to salt too. So we are working every day trying to get that condition using our professional knowledge to get it. Okay, Kevin. Um, Thank you for this, and it was a pleasure know about you. So I'm Roger Barrios, agronomist. See you.
Well, we have done a great interview with the engineer Roya. Thank you very much, engineer, for your time and for have answered my question. I hope you liked the subject of ornamental plants as much as me.